You've been told discipline has to look extreme. You've been told it's 4 a.m., alarms, cold showers, and pain that proves you're serious. But what if that's just another version of the same performance? Another way the world sells you the idea of self-control instead of helping you actually live it. We glorify the dramatic. We love the stories of people who turned their lives around overnight. We romanticize suffering because drama sells. It makes self-improvement look like a movie montage. Fast cuts, music swelling, sweat dripping, victory in slow motion. But the truth? Real discipline is boring, it's quiet, it's deeply personal. It's not a performance, and it's definitely not exciting. It's sitting at your desk when no one's watching. It's turning off your phone when every part of your brain is begging for distraction. It's doing the work when there's no one to congratulate you, no hashtags, no audience, just you and the task. The modern world has turned discipline into theater. Influencers sell routines like they're miracles. They record themselves grinding, but stop as soon as the camera does. They talk about consistency, but they edit out the boredom, the loneliness, the doubt. Because who wants to see that? Who wants to see the part where discipline feels empty? Where it's just repetition without glory? Where nothing seems to move forward? But that's exactly where discipline lives. Not in excitement, not in passion, not in motivation, but in those silent, invisible moments where you keep going anyway. And that's the part no one sells you. Because it doesn't look marketable. You can't package patience. You can't monetize slow progress. You can't sell the idea of doing something every day even when you hate it. But that's what real success is built on. Not hype, not emotion, just boring, consistent, invisible effort. When you stop chasing the dramatic version of discipline, you start discovering its true power. The calm, grounded, emotionless kind. The kind that doesn't need applause. The kind that doesn't need to be posted or praised. That's discipline without the drama. It's not loud, it's not motivational, it's simply the truth. Let's be honest. The culture of productivity has poisoned what discipline actually means. It made you think you need to feel powerful before you can act powerful. It made you think every step has to look impressive. Every action has to lead to instant results. But discipline doesn't care how you feel. Discipline doesn't wait for the perfect day. It doesn't care about your energy, your inspiration, or your motivation. It only asks one thing. Will you do what you said you would do, even when no one notices? That's where real transformation begins. Not in excitement, but in neutrality, because discipline isn't passion, it's peace. It's quiet repetition that builds strength in silence. It's doing something so many times that it becomes your nature. You don't think about it. You don't force it. You just live it. And that's when you realize discipline isn't about control. It's about freedom. Freedom from your moods, freedom from laziness, freedom from the constant emotional chaos that keeps you stuck. When you build true discipline, you stop negotiating with yourself. You stop chasing motivation like a drug. You stop relying on emotional highs to make progress. You simply do what needs to be done. Calm, clear, detached. That's why the truly disciplined people look so peaceful. They're not stressed or restless. They've made peace with the process. They've accepted that some days will feel empty, and they keep going anyway. They've stopped dramatizing their own growth, and in doing so, they've found something rare, balance. Somewhere along the way, discipline stopped being about self-mastery and became another performance for the algorithm. Scroll through your feed. You'll see people filming their morning routines like rituals. Time-lapses of workouts, perfectly staged desk setups, captions like "no days off," "grind harder," "stay consistent." It all looks powerful. But it's not discipline, it's marketing. Because real discipline doesn't need an audience, it doesn't need validation, and it definitely doesn't need to look aesthetic. But the world you live in now doesn't reward quiet effort, it rewards drama. And so the people who once practiced in peace are now competing for attention, turning their habits into content, their self-discipline into brand identity. The message shifts from "be disciplined" to "look disciplined," and millions fall for it, thinking that buying a planner or a productivity app or another self-help course will somehow make them consistent. The system profits from your guilt. Every video that tells you you're not doing enough is designed to make you consume more not change more. You start comparing your quiet, imperfect life to someone else's highlight reel of routine, perfection. You start thinking your discipline isn't real unless it looks cinematic. And so you spiral between guilt and overcompensation, working in bursts, then burning out, promising to restart every Monday like it's a fresh identity. But true discipline doesn't restart, it just continues, quietly, without the drama. That's the part no one records, no cameras, no hashtags, just a person, sitting in silence, doing what they said they'd do. And that's the discipline that actually changes lives, the kind that doesn't look heroic, but feels peaceful, the kind that doesn't chase recognition, because it's too focused on reality. You see, the influencers, the gurus, the speakers, they sell you a fantasy that discipline is supposed to feel exciting, that it should make you feel powerful every single day. But discipline isn't supposed to make you feel powerful. It's supposed to make you stable. Because real strength isn't intensity and it's consistency, not fire, but endurance. And endurance doesn't look dramatic, it looks calm. That's what Uhyped stands for. The rejection of this fake performance culture where every act of discipline has to be shared, monetized, or glorified. The truth is, the most powerful people you'll ever meet, you've probably never heard of, because they're too busy building something real. They're too focused on the work to record it. They don't need the drama of discipline. They've already found peace in the routine. There comes a moment when the noise becomes unbearable. When you're tired of pretending that your life needs to be a movie, tired of chasing intensity just to feel like you're moving forward, and in that quiet moment, something shifts. You stop chasing motivation, and you start finding rhythm. You stop searching for meaning in hype videos and speeches, and you start creating meaning in the stillness of your own effort. That's when you finally understand discipline isn't about becoming more, it's about becoming steady. It's not about waking up at 4 a.m., journaling in gold ink, or forcing yourself to smile through exhaustion. It's about showing up when nobody's watching, because you made a promise to yourself, not the internet. That's the kind of peace you can't fake, the kind of peace that comes from self-trust. Because every time you do what you said you'd do, you teach your mind one simple truth. I can rely on myself. And when you can rely on yourself, you don't need inspiration. You don't need hype. You don't need the crowd. You just move and quietly, consistently, powerfully. That's what most people miss. They confuse emotion with action, passion with progress. They believe they need to feel ready before they begin. But the truth is, you don't have to feel ready. You just have to begin, and that's where discipline lives, in the decision to act without waiting for the perfect feeling. No background music, no lights, no validation, just you, the task, and time. Day after day, minute after minute, you learn that progress is almost invisible until one day it isn't. And when that day comes, you'll realize something powerful. It was never the motivation that got you here. It was the quiet, the boring, the unseen, the days you didn't want to work but did anyway, the moments you doubted yourself but stayed consistent, the times you didn't post about it but did it anyway. That's real discipline. That's what builds character that no one can see but everyone can feel. And once you've felt that, you'll never need the noise again, because peace becomes the new power, stillness becomes the new strength, and consistency becomes your quiet revolution. That's discipline without the drama. No hashtags, no hype, just growth, low, quiet, permanent. There's a strange kind of freedom in silence. When you finally stop chasing the noise, you start hearing something else, yourself. At first, it's uncomfortable. You miss the dopamine rush that came from grind culture, the aesthetic of discipline. Without the substance, you miss feeling like you're doing something big even when you weren't really doing anything at all. But over time, the silence becomes familiar. You begin to see that progress doesn't announce itself. It grows like roots, slowly, quietly, beneath the surface. You start realizing that all those loud motivational clips were never about you. They were about selling the illusion of change, the performance of effort. You don't need that anymore. You've traded hyped inspiration for calm direction. You've replaced pressure with purpose. And here's the beautiful irony. When you stop needing to feel powerful every day, you actually become powerful. Because your energy is no longer wasted on pretending. It's invested in doing. You start to understand that success isn't built on emotional spikes, it's built on emotional endurance. Not passion that burns, but patience that lasts. You see the truth now. Motivation is momentary. Discipline is eternal. And real growth? It's not supposed to look exciting. It's supposed to look stable, like the calm before a storm that never comes. That's the beauty of it. You've stopped performing productivity. You've started living it. You don't need to tell people you're working. You don't need to show your progress. You just move quietly, consistently, relentlessly, because now every small action, every quiet hour of effort is proof of something deeper, that you've stopped needing motivation to validate your discipline. You've evolved. And that's what separates those who talk about growth from those who actually grow. You've left the drama behind. You've stopped auditioning for validation. You've chosen stillness over spectacle. And in that stillness, you found something most people never will: peace. Not the kind of peace that comes from escaping effort, but the kind that comes from owning it. That's discipline without the drama. That's Uhyped. No hype, no noise, just truth. You've heard it all before. Stay motivated. Never give up. Hustle harder, but maybe, just maybe, you've finally started to see the cracks in those words, because real discipline doesn't need a camera on it. It doesn't need applause, or quotes, or hype. It just needs you in silence. When no one is watching, doing the work that doesn't look impressive. That's the part no one tells you. They'll sell you excitement. They'll promise transformation, but they won't tell you about the nights that feel empty, the mornings that start with doubt, the days that pass with no visible progress. They won't tell you that true discipline feels boring, that real consistency looks quiet, that genuine growth doesn't make a sound. Because if they told you that, you'd stop watching, you'd stop buying the dream, and you'd start living your own. That's what Uhyped stands for. It's not about breaking motivation, it's about exposing the illusion of it. It's about stripping away the noise until all that's left is reality. And reality isn't glamorous, it's not cinematic, it's raw, it's repetitive, it's uncomfortable, but it's real. You don't need to be motivated anymore, you just need to be awake. To see the world without filters. To understand that nobody's coming to save you. And that's exactly why you can start saving yourself. That's where freedom begins. Not in hype, not in speeches, but in silence. When you stop pretending you need to feel ready, because ready is a lie. You just start, and that's enough. So the next time you feel like you need a spark, remember, you already have the fire. You've just been looking for permission to light it. No one's going to give you that. Not a guru, not a quote, not a motivational video only. You can so close the tab, stop scrolling, get up, do something small, and do it again tomorrow. That's not hype. That's the truth. That's Uhyped.